Thank you.
Senator Cortez Masto.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief, for being here. Appreciate it. Look forward to working with you. So can I ask, as we're talking about the combination of the U.S. Forest Service firefighting crew along with the Interior and this new bureau and this combination of combining the existing wildland fire programs, when this happens, what involvement will the U.S. Forest Service still have in this new bureau?
Senator Cortez Masto, so right now, we haven't figured that plan out yet. So right now, the executive order directs us within 90 days to come up with a plan. So in terms of what that's going to look like, we know that the Forest Service, the firefighting capacity of the Forest Service is projected to move to Department of Interior to create this fire service. So the Forest Service would be a component of that. How that exactly is structured, we don't know yet because we haven't come up with that plan yet. But we would still have a role. We would just be within this unified fire service.
So I think that's what we'd all be interested in. We want the specifics, obviously, because of our states and the impact these fires have. So if you would be willing to share that with us when that comes to fruition, that would be very, very helpful.
Yes, ma'am. Right now, we have that 90-day plan that we're working on
Okay.
as we speak.
Thank you. How many Forest Service employees, I'm curious, in Nevada and the Lake Tahoe Basin were let go or left since the beginning of this administration? Do you know?
Senator Cortez, I don't have those numbers. We can get those to you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. And then we all have talked about this. We know the Forest Service has long struggled to recruit and retain wildland firefighters. But I'm curious. I was upset to learn that the Trump administration scrapped the Women in Wildfire Boot Camps program because the administration deemed them unnecessary DEI initiatives. Now, these were programs that were offered to women to learn the basics of wildland firefighting over a 2-week course. So please explain to me why, when we need wildland firefighters, we're scrapping programs that provide training to both men and women to be in this fight to help us address these fires that are happening across the West all the time now, longer, hotter seasons, and we need firefighters. Why was that program scrapped?
So Senator Cortez Masto, what we've done is we've looked at all of our contracts, everything that we've got. We've looked at that. The department's looked at those, and our assistants from the DOES folks have looked at those as well. So when we're looking at those types of issues, we're looking at, we have training for all firefighters, not just women. So instead of just focusing solely on women, we look at what opportunities for training do we have. We have numerous opportunities to train firefighters, not just focusing on women. So I think that was the thought behind that, is that there's still ample opportunities for all firefighters to be trained without just singling out solely women in that case.
Right, but this wasn't really singling out women. This is providing programs to train firefighters, whether they are women or men. Who cares? What if there's a program that just trains men? What's the big deal? As long as we're training wildland firefighters, whether it's a man or a woman, those programs should be supported. We need all hands on deck in the West during these fire seasons, so why pick and choose?
Well, I would agree with you. We need all hands on deck, and I think we're looking at training that provides opportunities for everybody to have all hands on deck. I think that's the response.
All right, well, I disagree, and I think it's just it's a poor use of the administration's discretion. Let me ask you this. The Ruby Mountains in northern Nevada is one of my state's most cherished places. It's loved by hunters, outdoor enthusiasts, recreationist tribes, local community leaders. I can't explain it enough. And for many years, all of us, and it goes back to what you've heard in the West, all of the stakeholders, everybody in my state coming together, I don't care what party you are, it's everybody coming together to protect the Ruby Mountains from spurious oil and gas activity that took place there a few years ago in 2017. This committee previously approved my bill, the Ruby Mountains Protection Act, to permanently prohibit oil and gas development there following a 2019 finding by the Forest Service that no leasing should occur there due to the very low potential to develop oil and gas resources in the area and the substantive public opposition. The Biden administration announced it was initiating a 20-year administrative withdrawal process to protect the Ruby Mountain area from oil and gas leasing. However, this administration, the Trump administration, reversed these protections for the Rubies. And the only formal notification I received of this reversal was by reading a USDA press release. And it stated, the agency also canceled 2 mineral leasing withdrawals on Forest Service land that will help boost production of critical minerals, which I was told pertained to the Ruby Mountains in Nevada and another proposed withdrawal in New Mexico. So let me just be clear. Nevadans don't want drilling in the Ruby Mountains. So I'm curious, what production of critical minerals does the Forest Service expect to develop in the Ruby Mountains?
So Senator Cortez Masto, first of all, on future communications, I will communicate with you directly.
Thank you.
On the issue of what we would expect, so typically what happens with leasing of minerals, the Forest Service isn't out there trying to basically promote a certain activity or not, but it would be made available if someone deemed that there was a resource there that would be available for leasing. And I think that was the intent of this action.
But that's already been done, and that's my point. It seems like everything that's been done in the past, including the speculative leasing that has been denied in the past, is being ignored because it was done under a previous administration. It makes no sense. We're wasting the resources of your men and women that work for you, as well as in the interior, because this administration thinks that they've got to start from scratch when they should be actually looking what has happened in the past and not waste everybody's time. So I'm curious, along with the critical minerals, what does this administration have plans to do to open Ruby Mountains for oil and gas drilling? Because now you're telling me that you're willing to do that as well, even though we've already gone through this process. This is Groundhog's Day. I mean, literally, we're repeating this over again. So what is going on?
So Senator Cortez Masto, I think there's nothing going on other than we want to make these lands available to be leased.
But
if
they
there is
already
interest.
were available, and your administration said, no, there is no oil and gas available here. It's low potential, and the community doesn't want it. Why would you start this process over again? Why can't you learn from what was happening in the past? Was there some problem there? Something that we're not aware of? It would help my constituents in Nevada understand why this administration wants to repeat the past.
I think the short answer, Senator, is just that we want to make it available. So if there is an interest, that we can evaluate that. It doesn't mean it would automatically be leased. They have to demonstrate.
I appreciate, Chief, and I'm not going to belabor this. Listen, I appreciate this, and I'm going over my time, and I thank you for the indulgence. I look forward to working with you and talking to you about this.